This video will go over a generic overview on our affordable lab-scale electrospinning setup with interchangeable collectors for targeted fiber formation. This setup can be used to electrospin nearly any polymer solution. The polymer solution can be prepared based on material prep guidelines. After the polymer solution is prepped, it needs to be transferred to the syringe that will be used during the electrospinning process. This transfer process is shown in the video. It is important that after the polymer solution is transferred, the air bubble at the top of the syringe is removed. This can be done by inverting the syringe and pushing the air bubble out through the tubing and the needle tip. It is easiest to fill the syringe with the polymer solution when the tubing and needle tip are already connected. This will prevent polymer solution from dripping out during the filling process. After the solution has been transferred into the syringe then needs to be placed into the syringe pump. Be sure to fasten the syringe into place using the clamps provided on the pump. After the syringe is in place, push the needle tip through the hole in the safety chamber. Now we will talk about our specific collectors for targeted fiber formation. The first collector is the flat plate collector. As shown in the video, place the flat plate collector in place in front of the needle tip at the appropriate working distance for your electrospinning guidelines. Then, clamp the grounded alligator clip to the top of the flat plate collector. At this point, you can now attach the high voltage alligator clip to the needle tip. Once the collector and electrical connections are in place, you can now go ahead and plug in your pump and power sources. It is specifically important to wait to plug in the power sources until after the collector is in place to prevent electrical shock. It is especially important to wait to turn on the low voltage and high voltage power source until after everything is in place to prevent electrical shock. The video is now showing the in-house electrospinner using the flat plate collector to form fibers. The flat plate collector is used to form random fiber mats without any specific orientation. As an additional safety precaution, during the use of the electrospinner, researchers will wear rubber gloves to prevent and protect from electrical shock. While the high voltage and low voltage power sources are turned on, it is important to not touch or move anything inside of the electrospinning setup. If something needs to be changed, the voltages should be turned off prior to sticking your hands inside of the safety chamber. We will now discuss our second collector, the rotating drum collector. As shown in the video, to set up the rotating drum collector, place the rotating drum collector at the appropriate distance in front of the needle tip. Then, clamp the grounded alligator clip to the bolt on the bottom bracket of the rotating drum. Next, connect the positive and negative voltage outputs from the rotating drum collector controller onto the rotating drum respective inputs. You can then use a tachometer to confirm the rotational speed of the rotating drum. You can change and modulate the rotation speed using the drum controller. The rotating drum is used to produce aligned fibers. As you'll see in the video, the bottom floor of the safety enclosure is covered in saran wrap. This is to ensure that the working environment of the electrospinner stays clean and that there's no excess drips of polymer solution on the floor of the safety enclosure. This is especially important when switching between various polymer solutions. We will now show and discuss our spinneret tip collector, which is our third collector. To set up the spinneret tip collector, place the back acrylic plate and the back acrylic plate stand in front of the needle tip. Insert the metal spinneret tip into the hole in the center of the acrylic plate. This metal spinneret tip will then be connected to the grounded alligator clip. Then place the front glass plate and glass plate stand directly in front of this back plate. Ensure that the front glass plate is the appropriate distance from the needle tip. The spinneret tip collector is used to create helically coiled fibers. This electrospinning setup is extremely versatile. It can be used to spin different polymer solutions and collect them on different collectors. Different parameters such as needle tip to collector distance, voltage, or flow rate can all be changed using this setup. We would like to thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our lab's research, please check out our lab's webpage.